Now, also developing tonight in the Washington sewer and swamp, Democrats continue to try and ram through their far-left socialist $3.5 trillion wish list. But get this, Democrats infighting, showing no signs of slowing down. Senators Manchin and Sinema say, well, they're not on board with the multi-trillion-dollar reconciliation package. Now, while Senator Sanders is now suggesting that he's a no vote on the infrastructure deal if it's not accompanied by the reconciliation package, and just wants, you know, what do they want here? $3.5 trillion on top of all the other money they've already spent. You know, free community college for illegal immigrants, more Green New Deal special interest giveaways, electric this, electric that, universal pre-K, corporate capital gains, tax hikes. You will pay for that. Government-funded child care. Great. They already mess our kids up in public schools, so many places. Now we're going to indoctrinate them more. More paid leave, extending Obamacare, a major boost to IRS funding. So all of us can be audited every year, not just me. And Biden is still bizarrely trying to claim that reckless spending plans actually cost, quote, $0. OK, Joe, sounds like you're using the old-style abacus that you were trained on. We actually today have something called a calculator. Simple math, Joe. You don't need to go to MIT to figure it out. Anyway, meanwhile, Biden continues to rely on Barack Obama to sell his destructive agenda, who told ABC the country desperately needs the trillions and trillions in new spending. Here with reaction, author of a brand new book, For Such a Time as This, outnumbered co-host Kayleigh McEnany, as well as Fox News contributor Joe Concha. I don't know. I look at the trillions of dollars, Joe, and you know what I see? You should have your own show on media. I see the new Green Deal radicals running the entire Democratic Party, and they're even telling Nancy Pelosi, nope. She wanted to vote on the infrastructure bill. They said no deal. So now the whole party is in disarray, and who knows what Manchin and Sinema will do in the Senate.
That's the thing, right? If this thing fails, it will be Democrats that ultimately put it in the ground, Sean. And look, if spending billions for programs like tree equity, that's billions with a B, then providing free college for those who aren't legally in this country isn't much of a stretch. And let's take the spin out of this, OK? You look at the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, and they look at the numbers without spin. And they say this $3.5 trillion bill would call for the U.S. government to borrow $1 trillion. They also say it would add $3 trillion added to the national debt over 10 years. That's backbreaking stuff. And they also say the price tag is really actually $5.5 trillion.
Wait a minute.
Citing obvious gimmicks. Go ahead.
They said that this isn't going to cost us a penny. It won't cost us 1 cent.
Hence my point, right? This is going to cost us a lot. Even the Washington Post fact checker called the president's $0 claim, quote, mythical zero, and said that the president, whoever writes Mr. Biden's scripts, was being misleading on this. And this kind of fourth grade messaging, Sean, it's going to put this bill at serious risk because in the court of public opinion, this is getting laughed out of the room. Either way, to your point, this bill is either tanked by the squad AOC wing of the party who promised to tank it, the so-called human infrastructure bill, or moderates, right? Manchin and Sinema. It only takes one. It's hard to see how this bill becomes reality. And the irony is, again, Democrats will only have themselves to blame in a civil war that is only getting worse.
Okay, so Kayleigh, now it's a question of what Republicans ought to do. Now, Donald Trump gave the Republican Party, let's be honest, a shot of adrenaline, a spine, a backbone, and he showed people how to fight. And you know what? It's not beanball, right? It's a blood sport, as they call it in Washington. So my question is, Republicans now, they're out of the process. They're not being included at all. Democrats now are facing a debt ceiling problem. They have control of the House, the Senate, and the White House. So I don't think any Republican should lift a finger to help them raise the debt limit so they can waste all that money that they say is free.
Sean, you're exactly right. But here's the reality that we all know. You will have Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden trying to blame a lack of raising the debt ceiling or the shutting down of the government on Republicans. It is nonsensical. It would be confounding because guess who runs both branches, the House, the Senate, you know, the legislative branch and the executive branch? It's Democrats. But they're already trying to blame this on Republicans. So Republicans, to your point, Sean, need to have a spine, need to stand stand up, say this is categorically on Democrats. If this doesn't pass, it's because of either AOC and Rashida Tlaib or the far left flank, or it's because of Sinema and Manchin tanking it. It's one of the two Democrat flanks. It is categorically not Republicans. They will try to blame it, however, on the right, as they always do.
Let's play a little John McLaughlin. Predictions. Does it pass, Joe Concha?
Moltan, it does not pass whatsoever. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
Not bad.
Gotta
Pat
disagree.
Buchanan.
I gotta say, Democrats always stick together. They do. So they do have that one attribute. I think it'll pass.
Eleanor Clift, next. All right, we're done.
Thank you, Jack Jamond.
Exactly, Jack Germond. Now we're really going back in time. You just aged all of us except Kayleigh, who doesn't know who we're talking about, hopefully. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.